Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Drunken Atheists podcast. It's me, Jack, and I'm here with who are these guys?
I'm Ethan, back again,
I'm still Brock. Nothing has changed.
unfortunately.
I, You're a funny guy. Why did we have you back on?
You love me. You miss me too much.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's not lying. So, interesting thing that happened in the past week. We got a comment on one of our videos.
Don't start internet beef.
No, I'm not. I'm
It's
not
You
starting
are.
beef.
You
It's
are.
a guy.
I
We love this
no,
man.
I didn't say anything yet. I just said we got a comment on one of our videos. And all I'm saying is he said we were low energy. So I think we need to, get a little energetic today, perhaps.
Don't bring it too high.
What do you mean?
There's
too
a
high?
limit. There's a limit.
There's no ceiling on
There
energy.
is. The national energy ceiling, it exists.
What is it?
No.
It's 5 feet,
I'm shattering the energy ceiling.
Fun fact.
just like the glass ceiling.
Because we're
Yeah.
all men.
No, we're not. It's 2022. We can do whatever we want, Jack.
Okay, Brock,
I'm an
what are you?
opossum.
I am upset.
Why?
I had an epiphany today, and it's like, you know how it's like the running joke? It's like, oh, this sounds like elevator music.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Yep.
actually heard elevator music in an elevator?
No. In
I don't
real
think-
life, I have never heard
Yeah,
music
I don't
playing
think
in an
I've
elevator.
ever
It's
in
only
my
in
life.
movies.
I don't think I've ever in my life heard an elevator actually playing music in my real.
Yeah,
IRL,
unless
as
you're
they
in
say.
like the Ritz-Carlton or something, like there's definitely no elevator that's gonna have music in it.
That's a
Yeah.
good ass point. I don't think I've ever heard of elevator music.
Exact. I was walking around today outside because it's really nice out here, and I was like, huh. Because I have to take an elevator up to my apartment, and I was like, I wonder why they don't play music. And I was like, wait, I haven't ever heard
Wait
an
a minute.
elevator playing music.
Speaking of
So-
elevators, not related to the music, but I also have to take an elevator to my apartment. But me and my roommates, what we like to do, it often is to no avail because no one else will get in with us, like on another floor, or even if we go down, we're more likely to encounter someone else who also wants to go down along the way. But we stand and face the back wall so that if anyone gets in, they think we're freaks. It's just objectively funny to us, and we have no shame of what other people think of us, so it's objectively funny. Because
That
think
is
about it. You get
actually pretty funny.
Think about it. You get into an elevator and you immediately turn around, click the button, and face the door. Because when the door opens, you're going to walk straight ahead out the door. It would be really weird if you see someone get into an elevator, walk in, and then not turn around.
Well, that's like the people that they'll ride the elevator and then they walk up to the door as they're on it and they put their middle finger out, and it's like a 50-50 shot of whether or not somebody's going to be there when the door opens or not. So it's kind of like
I do that all the time.
Wow, you're a terrible person.
I hope you get
Well, only if I'm
jumped.
with somebody. Like it's got to be a gamble, you know. Like the
It has
the
to
first
be a
person to
gag.
put it down loses.
Sure it is, Jack. Sure it is. I think you're just an evil person out for making people
For
upset.
blood.
Well, it's funny. The other thing you can do is you can kind of like what Ethan said, but the opposite is where instead of facing the opposite way of the door, you face the door, but you stand literally like an inch from the door. So when it opens, you're just staring directly into whoever's like in front of the door.
People
Like,
do
just,
that a
like,
lot.
uncomfortably.
People do that a lot, just like normal random people. One thing I also hate is when the door opens, like say you're riding it down to the lobby. Someone will immediately try and get in. You understand that if you're going to get in, people have to get
Yeah.
off.
Some people are
first.
just
You
rude like
understand
that. You
right?
got to let people off first. That's just rude.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think the
common sense.
funniest thing to do would be
Don't
imagine
get off.
imagine you're like waiting for the elevator to show up. It finally chimes and the door opens and somebody's just laying flat on their stomach on the ground and they just get up and walk
Dead.
out of the elevator like it's nothing.
I've been in here for 3 days. You freed me.
That would be so funny. It's
Dude,
like a
there's
curse.
like-
It's like your turn now.
Yeah, my curse has been lifted. You will carry the burden. Dude, there's a guy in my like apartment building that every Friday he rides the elevator fully dressed up as a Spider-Man, like in a Spider-Man costume,
Don't
and
even
like he'll
say
just like have a
Spider-Man.
chair in there and like balloons and like stickers. Like he'll just like fucking sit in there all night, and it's awesome. Like he just
That's
like hangs out
actually
with people.
sick, but like,
Ethan.
yeah,
So
there was
for the
there was a
audience, for the
Spider-Man guy
audience
at our high school.
unaware, for the audience unaware, Ethan and I went to high school together, and we have a bad story, which we probably shouldn't tell because
It's not a bad. I mean,
it's
maybe
not.
you
I
know
mean,
more
it's
than I
a.
do. Like,
It's
not a
not
bad
even
story.
a.
It's just there was a guy who dressed up as Spider-Man. That's all I know about this story.
Yeah.
Is there
So
more to that?
I mean, it was just strange, but
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm concerned.
yeah.
He was in my
So
health class. Yeah, okay, you can introduce it.
well, I don't want to talk bad about him because he was like a cool guy, but it just every once in a while he would show up to school just in full Spider-Man garb, and he really truly thought he was Spider-Man.
I don't think that's true. I think he was just really into the cosplay, which like I can respect. But it was a little odd because he was in my health class, and I don't remember what year it was in, but this year in health class it was like about like first aid and like EMS stuff, like
Hmm.
CPR and stuff like that. And so one day he like comes dressed up as Spider-Man, and we're like doing practice on like the CPR dummies. And obviously we don't put our lips to them actually because then you just have to pass it off to the next person. But like you do the chest compressions and then you pretend to like blow into their mouth. And he's wearing like the full Spider-Man costume, comes in with the mask on, and our teacher's just like, I forget what his name was actually, but it was
I
like,
don't
can you
want to say
please?
it, but I know it.
Yeah, yeah, just like, can you just take that off? Just the mask at least, please. And so he took the mask off, and I don't know, just like we went about class. And so there were some times where he would just like, I sat like behind him and to like the side, so I could see him. He would leave his backpack on his desk and like put his Nintendo Switch inside the backpack and like play it in class, thinking like, oh, I'm so sly. But the teacher 1 billion% knew what was happening.
Well, that's why I say he was really kind of a cool dude because he just like, I'm sure he knew that people found it kind of weird, but he just did not give a single hoot about it. And
Yeah,
really,
I thought it
I
was
have a
kinda
lot
cool.
of I have a lot of
I have
respect
a lot of
for him.
respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I like that.
because really and truly, I did speak to him once or twice, just like on my own. He is like a really nice and cool guy and a smart
Yeah,
kid,
he's a
but
super
like,
nice guy.
but he would just show up dressed as Spider-Man in like full, like actual like cosplay level Spider-Man regalia.
It was a nice Spider-Man
Yeah, it was
costume.
cool.
Is that not against like dress code or something? Because our dress code is pretty strict.
No, I don't
I
think
don't think
anyone really
so.
cared. It was just kind of something that he did.
Like concealing your face, I thought used to be against our school
I
rules or
think
something.
I think most of the time he would walk around with the mask
Yeah,
off,
he had
but
the
like
mask off.
sometimes he would
Oh,
have it on.
He would like
But
put it on just for like a bit.
yeah, but yeah, it was just kind of something he did. And I think everybody thought it was pretty cool, actually. But like I said, it was just cool to see him doing it because it's like, well, if he shouldn't care about how other people see him, I shouldn't care.
Speaking
So
of which, there was
yeah.
also another kid, separate kid, who me and Brock knew better. That would he did it for the first time for Halloween. Came in dressed as Pennywise,
Oh
but he
my
was
god.
really,
Oh my
really,
god.
really, really, really good.
Oh
Like
my
so
god.
good. The makeup was like professionally done. I mean, he did it himself, but it was so good. And
Oh
then
my.
on Halloween, it was like, yo, that's so cool. This was like when the It movie came out, and then he did it again another day. It was not Halloween. It was just a day, and he just came as Pennywise, and he got sent to the principal's office and told to take the costume off.
Same thing. That kid, he was the funniest dude in the world,
No,
but he
he's
just
one of the funniest guys in our high school.
he just had no like stop, and he was so funny. He oh my god. Okay, my best story about him was he was one of the first people in our grade to get a car. And
That's true.
Ethan, I
It
don't
was
know if you know.
pretty
I think his birthday was one day before mine. I think he's only like a day older than me. But he got this really cool old Mercedes. And
Oh, I do remember him.
yeah,
driving.
it was like a late 80s, early 90s like Mercedes with like the square body and everything.
It
And
was nice.
yeah, so I eventually get a car, and we're all parked in the junior. So when you turn 17, you get your license, and then the juniors had their own separate like parking lot area, and the seniors got to park actually at the school. And so he's parked and he's pulling out. It's the end of the day. I'm following behind him, and there's always this long line because it's like a weird like blind kind of turn where if you need to turn left, you got to wait for traffic because there's always so many cars.
Yeah.
So we're waiting in line. It's finally his turn. I'm your car right behind him. He turns right. Literally, I swear to God, as soon as his tires hit the street pavement, his engine fell out of the car. Like, just thunk, hit the ground. And I was right behind him, and I, like, had no idea what to do. I didn't hit him, but I remember I was sitting there like, oh my God, his engine literally just fell out of the car. Like,
That's insane.
It was a beater, so I was not here for this, but I actually don't doubt this story.
and on top of that, he had a blow-up doll that he would leave in the back seat of the car.
He did have a blow-up doll.
Do you remember?
He would leave it in the back seat, and it would just like be chilling there. And
Do
he'd,
you
like,
remember
walk-
the name of it?
I do not.
It was like, I remember it. Okay. So it was a, how do I put this? It was a plus-sized blow-up doll of a larger lady. And he walked in one day and he was showing everybody, this was like the day that he was going to blow it up in school. And he showed everybody the package. And the name of the doll was Fatty Patty.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
And so eventually he would just show up to school, park the car, and you would see her
She's
in the
like
back
chilling
seat.
in the trunk.
Yeah, in the back seat. And then eventually the school principal was like, you can't do that. So he just left her in the trunk.
Yeah,
But-
because he had like the back had like glass, so he would like have her face like up against the glass at the back of the car.
Dude, I miss that guy so much. We could do a whole episode talking about him.
Just talking about him.
I love him so much. I hope he's doing okay. I don't hear from him too much anymore. If you know who you are, it's kind of hard not to know you are. Please reach out, man. I miss you.
He's
we miss
not
you.
listening, but he knows who we are. He knows who he is.
So anyways, continuing on from that long tangent of all that good stuff.
Was
Ethan.
Brock cutting out for you there for a second too, Jack, or was that just me?
It's fine.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's all recording. Ethan, you said you went to a show the other day. Tell
I
us
did
about
just
that.
yesterday. Went to a concert.
Who did you see?
Quinn 92. I
Who
had
was it?
initial Quinn 92, but it's like spelled XCII. Like I had initially never heard of him. My roommate had. After going, I realized that I did actually know quite a few of his songs. I just had never heard his name before. But it was a absolute blast. One of the openers, though, for him was this girl called Remy Wolf, who I had also
She's
never
cool.
heard of.
I know her.
She was pretty cool, but I felt kind of bad because she was having some audio issues on stage, and she was evidently getting distraught about it. But I felt bad for her. But her music was not what I was expecting it to be, but it was pretty good. But the bass was like insanely powerful and was like painful. But it was a pretty good show. When she was like having those audio issues, she like took a break for a second, and her drummer hopped off the drum set, and she hopped on the drums and was killing it on the drums. And then her drummer just got up and started like singing, not her songs, but just singing while she like cooled down on the drums, and it was a pretty great experience. It was an awesome show.
That sounds like a lot
Talk
of
about
fun.
flexibility.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You're cool. I'm proud to say that I
Thanks.
know you, Ethan. No, not you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Oh.
You too, Brock.
I have a concert coming up soon. I have actually a ton of concerts coming up for the rest of this year lined up, and I'm very excited
I'm going
about
to stop
it.
you for 1 second, and then you can continue.
Okay.
In that there's like a 3-day festival called Boston Calling coming. I don't have tickets to it. I'm thinking about maybe doing it. But the Foo Fighters were one of the headliners, and now
are
they
they
have
off?
pulled out, unfortunately. Yeah. Because Taylor Hawkins, their drummer, just passed away, unfortunately. So
I
sad.
think we talked about this a little in the last episode. Yeah, that kind of broke my heart because he was like,
Yeah, that was really sad.
he was just a
great
rock
drummer.
star.
And energetic, too.
Yeah, he was like a modern day rock star.
I
Let's
like
see. Let's talk about Boston Calling Music Festival. Friday, May 27th, the Foo Fighters were supposed to play.
King
They pulled
Gizzard is
out.
coming, too.
Yep. Saturday is The Strokes, Run the Jewels, King Gizzard, Black Puma, Orville Peck.
I don't know a lot of these people, but still.
I've heard of
Oh,
most
my
of these.
friends are playing on Friday. I am good friends with a band called The Struts. I used to play Xbox with one of the members of that before
No
they got
way.
big and famous. Yeah. So they are playing Friday also with Haim, Avril Lavigne, Cheap Trick, Oliver Tree, The Struts, and Paris Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's daughter. And I also met her down here in Nashville when she played a show. And she thinks that the CIA killed her father.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Sunday, May 29th, Metallica, Weezer, Glass Animals, Moz Mouse, Goose, and Horse Girl. And a bunch of other bands all mixed in, but I don't really know any of them.
That's kind of stacked for Boston, though.
Yeah, it's nutty.
Yeah,
The tickets are so expensive though, so I don't think I actually
$379 for a 3-day general admission. Let's
I
see.
would probably only go for one, maybe 2
Yeah,
days.
1 day is $129.
Yeah.
Oh, you can pay for just 1 day.
I don't
Yeah.
love festivals because they're always just money grabs. But like, I get it when you're having
Yeah.
that money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When
Maybe
you're
I'll just
having
go
that
like
many-
walk over to where it is because it's in like
Yeah.
Harvard Square, I think. So I'll just like
Yeah.
walk over and just like hear it from the outside. I'll literally be the guy from Jukebox Hero, just with his ear to the wall, standing in the rain.
Exactly. Yeah, festivals are tough because there's always 10,000 people and you've already paid $150 for a ticket, you know, so it's just difficult to do. I prefer just solo, like plain concerts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like, yeah,
my
but
concert.
the Quinn concert, I'm gonna finish this story. My bad. Like, I kind of cheesed my way to the very, very, very front, right up next to the stage, because my roommate, the one who knew Quinn, happened to like he was waiting outside for like 2 hours to like get in and be right up front. I didn't wait, but like then I saw him up there and I was like pushing past people. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like going up to my friend right there. They were not happy with me. One guy didn't believe me that I was like going to see someone I knew up there. He's like, I don't believe you. Like, you're not getting past me. I'm like, it's that guy right there. He's like 10 feet away, green hat right there. He's like, bro, you better like, he better give you a big hug when you get up there because otherwise I don't think you know him. And then he did. And he's like, yo, you made it. And then I was like, I screw you to that other guy. But yeah, it was a blast. And then the drummer at the end for Quinn's band, I was cheering for them to do a drum solo, but there unfortunately was no drum solo. But I got one of the drumsticks from the drummer.
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That's kind of like, did I ever tell you my story with the Rolling Stones concert?
No.
They came and played the football stadium down here in Nashville last October, I think, something like that, October, November. And so my roommate just came into my apartment one day and was like, hey, are you doing anything Saturday night and want to see the Rolling Stones? And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. So his mother, I believe, or he did, probably him, bought like the wackiest, worst seats in the whole venue. And so we get there and he's like, all right, let's go to our seats. And I was like, dude, we're not going to those seats. So there's the merch booth. There's like a small, like 2-foot wide space in between where the merch booth ends and then the railing and then like the seats start going down. We're on like the middle level. We're not quite on the floor, but we're not all the way up in like the high seats. You know what I mean? So we like just slide ourselves into that little like crevice area and are just kind of hiding from the security. And at one point I'm like, they're not going to find us here. And he's like, yeah, probably not. I was like, I'm jumping the fence here. He's like, you're going to get arrested. I was like, yeah, but how cool would that be to get arrested at the Rolling Stones concert? So we jumped the fence and we all ended up on the floor in the pit.
That's awesome.
For the Rolling Stones. Yeah, that was really fun. This is not an admission of this is not an admission of guilt. This is a hypothetical story, by the way. U.S.
Yeah,
government.
This is a story that did
This-
not happen. It's not real.
Yeah, this
Nothing
definitely
happened.
did not happen.
Minecraft. It's not real.
Yeah. So,
It
anyways,
was actually
my
in the
concert.
metaverse.
Yeah. My concert list for this upcoming year is crazy sauce. I'm very excited. I'm seeing Jack White, The Struts, and Rod Stewart with Cheap Trick. That's going to be
Ooh,
awesome.
ooh.
Yeah, that's
super
going to be
nice.
sweet. How about you,
That's
Jack? When was your last concert? Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, you see, I don't really have any concert stories because I've never been to a concert.
Didn't we talk
so
about this already once?
Pretty sure I mentioned it briefly. I think
Well,
it was
yeah,
probably
we were
the
gonna-
concert urination episode where we talked about
Yeah,
Yes,
probably.
it was.
on everybody.
Well, we were all going to go see America, and then
I was
That-
so pissed off at
Dude,
that.
I
We were gonna see
actually was
America,
really looking forward to that.
and then COVID canceled it.
we'll all
And
do
they didn't
something
re-
this summer.
The worst part was I didn't even reschedule it.
Yeah, they just gave it up. That kind of blew.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. I would have liked to see America.
Me too, man. Me
I'm
too.
lucky though. I've seen a lot of concerts, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'd love to go to one eventually.
Jack, I'll tell you what. This summer, you, me, we're going to a concert.
Well,
We're going to
It's got to be somebody good, though.
we're going to Boston Calling. Without
That's
Ethan.
like next month,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well,
That's not the summer.
well,
Well,
it's
I'll
all
be out of school next month.
yeah, May.
Yeah, I
It's the
guess
summer
so.
for me.
Okay.
All right, ding dong, calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
There was one concert I considered briefly going to, because Tyler, the Creator, was actually playing like really close to me.
Yeah, I know a
But then
lot
I
of people
realized
that
I
went and saw
probably
him.
don't know if I want to hang out with people that are Tyler, the Creator fans. I love his music, but like I don't know if I'd be comfortable enough. And also, I didn't have anybody to go with, so I'd probably be going by myself, which is not a good idea. So didn't do that.
I went to
What's
a
your
concert
problem with
by
Tyler, the
myself, but
Creator
it was
fans?
small, so.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of crazy, you know?
No. I know a
No?
lot of people that saw him on this tour, and they were all cool people. Maybe Jack's about to make some beef with Tyler, the Creator fans today on this episode.
Okay. Well, I like I said, I love his music. I just hate his fans, I guess. So if you want to come at me, come at me.
But wouldn't that make you one of his fans?
God damn it, you're right. It's a paradox. I hate myself, so that adds up.
Oh, baby.
Baby.
Anyway, April Fool's happened. You guys have any April Fool's related stuff to talk about?
I do.
Yeah, I woke up and I walked into my roommate's room while he was sleeping, and I think he kind of noticed me. And so I snuck out really fast and I acted like I took something. And then later in the day, he was like, "Hey, what did you take?" And I was like, "I didn't take anything." So I kind of gaslit him for like a whole day.
I was just about to say that.
Which
Yeah,
is-
playing him.
Really kind of
That's
not
funny.
fun, but it was pretty funny.
When I went into work on Friday on April Fool's, at work, there's this oven. Like, we keep a bunch of our samples in an oven that's like a vacuum chamber, just for reasons. And it needs to be closed most of the time. So we like make sure it's closed before we leave at the end of the day. And my one coworker is super paranoid about that, and he'll like sometimes like take a picture of the pressure gauge to make sure it's under vacuum. We get in the morning. I was like, we should prank my coworker. I told this to my other coworkers, like we should prank him and tell him he left it open. And so we're like, hey man, were you the last one like leaving the lab? I think the oven was like open today. And then this one older lady who I did not expect to be in on the joke sold it. She like made the show. She was like, yeah, I came in this morning and it was like open. Is that a bad thing? Because she doesn't often work in our department. She was like, is that a bad thing? I didn't really think it was too bad, so I didn't think much of it. But it was, yeah, open this morning when I came in. Because she got in before us. And he was freaking out. And then we were like, yeah, we're joking with you, man.
April Fool's is
That's
fun, but I haven't had any good ones in the past few years. Every once in a while, I'll text the people I live with, and I'll send them a text like, "Hey, I lost our toothbrush. Have you seen it?"
Our toothbrush?
Yeah, exactly. Or like,
oh my gosh, that's actually insane.
Or like-
I'm gonna do that on my roommate.
or like, "Oh, dude, did you charge our Manscaped today? I wanted to use it."
oh my gosh.
Because my roommate has one. So that one's always
Oh.
that's a classic. But that's like
That's-
that's like an
Toothbrush one's good.
that's an any time of year
Yeah.
sort of.
When I was a
What-
kid, I used to like the only thing I would really do for April Fools is I would just try and like I think my parents must have done it at least once because that's probably where I learned it from. But like I would just switch stuff, like the location of things in our house. Like I would take stuff like from the fridge and just put it in like the bathroom and like put stuff from the bathroom in the fridge and just. Did you guys do stuff like that or no?
That's funny.
I don't think so. I can't think of what my best April Fool's joke was. I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever done that though.
As a kid, my dad, I don't remember exactly what he did to do it. I think it was like tape or something. But somehow he made the faucet like shoot out forward at you when you turned it on. So like my mom went to like turn on the faucet and just like shot all over her.
Well,
That's pretty good.
the best classic is putting like cling wrap over the toilet seat.
oh my gosh.
That's diabolical.
Diabolical.
It's
That's always a
diarrheical.
funny one. I don't know. What was like?
Speaking of the toothbrush thing, my roommate once, like they were giving, apparently he came back to the room one time. He said they were giving away toothbrushes on campus, like in the box. Obviously, they're not. That would be gross if they weren't
Used.
And so I was like, oh, so like the school paid for it and is giving away toothbrushes. He goes, yeah, I mean, it's free toothbrush. I'm gonna take it, I guess. He put it in his mouth and like brushed his teeth, and then after he was done, he's like, the dean deserves to be paid more money. But like, oh, it's like a microchip in the toothbrush. Yeah, the dean really deserves to be paid like triple his salary.
I don't know.
That's
So what do we think all of our best April Fool's jokes were?
That's
well,
tough. Like, I honestly
you
don't
guys can think
remember
about
what I
it,
do.
but I want to say the one that happened to me yesterday is easily my least favorite that's been pulled
Well,
on me.
yesterday wasn't April Fool's.
Yeah, April Fool's. Yesterday was not April Fool's. I got you.
Jack, do you want to tell
Friday.
the audience about the one you tried to pull on us? What you texted us?
Oh, yeah. I at 12:01 a.m. on
No.
April Fool's Day.
Well, it was
What?
probably 12:01 for you. It was still like 11 o'clock at night for me since I'm in a different time zone. So it was just strange.
okay.
It
I'm
was just
sorry.
strange and out of nowhere.
Does April Fool's really follow time zones? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I can't like as somebody in April Fool's. If you're not in the time zone with April Fool's, I'm not eligible to April Fool's joke you. That
You
doesn't
could have
make it-
waited. You could have waited.
You don't. You have no.
Anyway,
Don't
continue.
make this
Tell
up.
me about
Okay.
your April Fools that fooled you.
Well, yesterday, as I usually do, between classes, I had like an hour break for lunch, and I went to the campus center to get a sandwich, and I'm in the line, and sometimes if you catch them at the wrong time, like they'll be moving stuff or like adding more food, and like so that you have to wait a minute for them to like finish before they start doing orders again. But this time, I was like, God damn, they're taking a while. And I look in front, and they have like these thermometer things that they're sticking in all the food, and they're there's a bunch of people there, and they're taking forever. And and I overheard them, and they were talking about like somebody's coming to like check and inspect the food. So I guess it was like an inspection or something. So I'm sitting in line for like 20 minutes before somebody comes out and says, "April Fool's, she's not coming," to all the workers making the sandwiches. And they're like, oh my God, because they thought there was going to be an inspection. And I'm over here like, I want my goddamn sandwich. Like, don't April Fool's joke and just spend 20 minutes wasting my time. I gotta go eat, and I gotta go to class. Like, that was so fucking annoying. I just had to stand in line for a half an hour to get my sandwich.
That's actually annoying.
That's pretty obnoxious.
April Fool's
So-
jokes shouldn't inconvenience other people.
Yeah, really.
Exactly.
At least not for half an hour. For like a
Yeah.
moment or two, it's funny.
Maybe
So
for
I
like
just
2 seconds.
I typed in best April Fool's jokes in history, and up popped this Newsweek article that we can go through really quick of the 9 best
Sure.
historical April Fool's jokes. So let's go through that. Number
Sure.
1, the Tower of London Lions Wash. In 1698, it was advertised that the Tower of London was going to, quote, wash the lions, which caused scores of people to show up on April 1st to see the spectacle, which did not happen.
Are there lions like on the Tower of Lions?
I assume
Or-
like carvings of them, yes.
Yeah.
Number
why,
2.
Why would people care enough for that?
Because they were getting
It's fun,
washed.
probably. I don't know.
It was 1698 because they had nothing better
all
to
right.
do.
That
That's
makes yeah,
why.
okay. They don't.
What am I
they don't
gonna
have
go do?
anything else to
Bang
do.
sticks together?
Yeah.
Number 2, Constantine's King for a Day joke. A Boston University professor in 1983 convinced the press that Constantine, when he ruled the Roman Empire, allowed a group of jesters to make one of their own a king for a day. I mean,
That's
that's
sick.
just silly because you're just pranking the public.
That's just like lying.
Yeah, it
That's
is just lying.
Spreading misinformation. If,
Number
however,
3.
Constantine's thing, that would have been based.
Yeah. Number 3, the spaghetti tree. Perhaps the most famous was the 1957 broadcast by the BBC, showing a family in Switzerland harvesting spaghetti from a tree.
We heard nothing you just said. Because
Yeah, you cut out really
cutting
hard.
out.
Well, that's okay because I recorded all of it, so it works. So I'll say it again.
Okay. Ha 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 ha. That was so
That
funny.
was
Yeah,
so funny.
just laugh like it was funny. Number 3. Number 3,
Are hard.
the spaghetti tree. Perhaps the most famous was the 1957 broadcast by the BBC program Panorama, showing a family in Switzerland harvesting spaghetti from a spaghetti tree.
Well, I wouldn't
I
have
wish
felt for
that
that.
was real.
Spaghetti wasn't even invented back then.
Jack. The preface to that story
that's a
is,
throwback and a half.
yeah, we were all playing Xbox together, and we're talking about Italy and Mussolini in World War II, and Jack, in complete seriousness, goes, "Did they have spaghetti back then?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Like, was spaghetti invented like in the 1940s?" And really and truthfully, there's a lot of things that you have said, Jack, while we've been playing video games or just hanging out, that should be put in a book.
Yeah, I think I could write a book. Well, I couldn't. Someone would have to. What is it called? Like a biography when somebody else writes it. Because if
Yeah.
I were to write it, I wouldn't be able to. People,
Right.
it's only other people that acknowledge the stupid things that I say. So
Yeah. Here we go. Number 4, the John Partridge death hoax. Satirist Jonathan Swift predicted the death of one of his rivals, John Partridge, who Swift regarded as a fraud for publishing false information in almanacs. Swift published Partridge's death notice on March 29, 1708. Partridge declared he was alive, but the public didn't believe it until they saw him. So that's just the same thing. It's just
That's
lying.
so
Like
baller.
you're just a dirty liar.
yeah, you got to be more creative than just lying. Like that's
How-
like the lowest.
That one's just like, yeah, this guy's dead. And they were like, he's like, I'm not dead.
Yeah, that's just a... Here's a good one. Number 5, man squeezes into a bottle. In 1749 London, it was advertised at an upcoming show that a man would squeeze into a bottle. The show filled up, but nobody was there to entertain, and the audience rioted.
That's
That's
fair.
just... I mean, it's 1749. How many other fun things? If you get advertised that you're going to watch somebody squeeze into a glass bottle, I mean,
I'm
I'd be
pulling up to that.
Yeah, I'd be very angry. This one's a good one that I actually do know about because it's technically partially true. The Masked Marauders. In a parody of the so-called supergroup phenomena, rock journalist Greil Marcus wrote a positive review in 1969 of an album by a non-existent group of The Masked Marauders featuring Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison.
The Masked Marauders.
So I believe the story behind that one is that it's partially true, and it's that all those people, and also I think Eric Clapton, played like a one-night only show while they were on vacation in Switzerland. So, yeah,
So how is that a prank?
it was because it wasn't real, because the Masked Marauders aren't a thing.
Oh, okay.
Destroyed.
Number 7, Taco Bell's Liberty Bell takeover prank. In 1996, Taco Bell announced that it had bought the Liberty Bell to help with the U.S. national debt.
Me too.
That's
Wow,
pretty.
though.
That's pretty good.
That is actually really funny.
Number 8.
Liberty Bell is now the Taco Bell.
Number 8. London's Big Ben. In 1980, the British Broadcasting Corporation announced that the clock on London's iconic Elizabeth Tower, better known as Big Ben, would be going digital.
That's pretty funny.
That is
I
really
feel like,
good.
yeah, you could
I
definitely
know,
be
you
pissed
know
off
so
about
many
that one.
people were upset about that.
I'm sure
Like,
there
you
were
know-
people that
you
were
know there
hyped
were
about
people.
that because I feel like now people would be down for that because nobody knows how to read a clock anymore.
Yeah. Also, can I just like, I mean, I'm not British, but like, if I feel like if I were standing on the sidewalk in front of the Big Ben, how high would you have to crane your neck to look at the time? Like, wouldn't you rather just have a watch or like look, like ask somebody the
Well,
time?
it's not-
Like, I feel like you'd have
yeah.
to crane your neck way high
It's
up.
not. It's from the time when like watches weren't. No, not everybody had access to watches. One and two. It's just a landmark. It's not used in the.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
You said the clock was going digital. When was this?
Jack. This is a joke.
He's talking about when they built the clock. Not everyone had watches. Not when they said it was going digital.
Oh, okay.
Jack.
Yeah, I got you.
You're a ding dong, dude.
Just add it to the book, okay? Continue.
Number 9, final one. President Richard Nixon runs for office. In 1992, NPR ran a spot announcing that former President Richard Nixon was running for office again. That one's pretty
That's
funny. if I was watching TV or I guess NPR, right, it said, if I was listening to the AM radio and I heard that former President Richard M. Nixon was running for office again 20 years later almost, I think that would
I
be
would
pretty
be
good.
utterly shocked.
Yeah.
Also,
Speaking,
there would be no way he'd win anyway, but like it would be like, huh, this man really is trying to run again.
speaking of Richard Nixon
Uh-oh.
once ran in a race against John F. Kennedy for presidency. And speaking of John F. Kennedy, let's go today's weather to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Oh, perfect.
It is
Good one.
currently, as of 2:32 p.m. Caribbean time, 91 degrees, sunny. It's supposed to be a high of 92. Tonight you're going to get to a low of 72. It's really just a great day.
Wonderful day outside.
You're looking at about a 20% chance of rain, but it's just going to be a little cloudy. It's going to be a nice sunny day. Feels like 97 though, so maybe put on some sunscreen.
I say everybody
what-
should go outside
do the-
and express their freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the prisoners
wait.
there actually have sunscreen though?
I don't know.
They don't
Maybe
even
not.
go outside.
Yeah. 92 high, 72 low, humidity 50%. That's what's making it feel so warm, like 97. 10 miles of visibility if you're flying, so a nice clear day. Winds coming in from the south at 16 miles an hour. Sun rose today at 6:52. It's setting at 7:15, so a nice long day, a little more than 12 hours. UV index is a 10 out of 10, so watch out. It's a scorcher. Jack, what is
Yes.
the phase of the moon today?
I don't know. Should we let Ethan do it this time?
Yeah, I'll give you both a guess.
Okay. All right. Well, don't say who's right until we're both guessed.
No, I would never.
I'm gonna go with waning gibbous.
Ethan?
I don't remember looking at the moon last night. I want to say I think it was a crescent. So I'm going to say waxing crescent. I don't know.
That is true. It is a waxing crescent.
No way.
Yeah, way.
That's actually based.
Way.
You won $100,000.
I saw a post and it made me scared. It was like I'm at the age where I am empathizing with the people who were super excited on game shows for like winning appliances.
Yeah, really.
I don't think I'm there yet. But
I'm not
we're
done with the
getting
dang
close.
weather, boys. Let me have my moment. Your weekly forecast for the next rest of the week, it's going to be 90 to 92 every day. The lowest you're going to get is 69 degrees. Pretty nice. It might get a little rainy by Monday and Tuesday. Same thing. Only about the same amount of rain activity as it's doing today. Just kind of scattered around showers and some clouds. Wednesday, it's going to be a hot one. You're looking at about 95. Just perfect sunny day. It is currently high tide, low grass pollen, and would anyone like to guess the air quality index?
In Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
For the inside,
Like, are
where
we
the
guessing?
prisoners
Are we talking
Or-
the number or like just like good?
The number. Well both.
I say it's good.
Okay.
I don't
Jack?
know.
Is moderate an option?
It's good. Air quality today
Okay.
is considered satisfactory. Air pollution poses little or no risk. The ozone is at good. Sulfur dioxide is good. Particle matter less than 10 microns, good. Nitrogen dioxide, good. Particle mass, I keep screwing that up. Particle matter less than 2.5 microns is good. And there's little to no carbon monoxide in the air. So
That's awesome. I feel like anywhere that's not a big city, it's good most days.
what do you know?
Obviously, there are days that are.
You know,
great, but
waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds pretty cool if you don't know what either of those things actually are.
True.
Waterboarding.
And
Or
Guantanamo Bay.
Oh.
I love that joke. But I have a gripe I'd like to get across right now.
About Guantanamo Bay, be
I
careful,
can't get
they'll
over
get
that
you.
joke. That was really funny.
No,
careful, Jack, they might get
it's
you.
about the weather.
Oh, here we go. He's got a problem with my weather channel.
No, it's all right. I've mostly aired my grievances already, but there's one point I would like to address is what happened to the days when like you wanted to know the weather and they just told you like the temperature and if it was raining outside? Because What does anybody need to know the fucking sulfur dioxide levels in the air? Like, who the fuck is
Well,
paying
that's
attention
because
to that?
Brock is reading like the fine print on the
Yeah,
website
it's
of the weather
not like
website.
mandatory, but there's also some people that would have issues with like breathing problems based on the amount of pollutant in the air. It's
Yeah,
not.
the Guantanamo Bay inmates. I don't
You gotta
think
think about them.
I think the air quality is one of the lowest priorities on their list right now.
Yeah, I would be more concerned about getting stabbed by the inmate adjacent to you.
You're just a hater.
I'd be more
You-
concerned for my
from the
life.
beginning of this show. You have just hated on my weather channel.
I have a
I've grown
good
to
place for
appreciate
the
it.
weather next week.
Say again, Ethan.
I have a good place for the weather next week.
Well, you're not coming back next week. This is your last episode before they put you to sleep.
You're right.
Yeah, in your
Just
in
like
your
the
contract, you're legally not allowed to show up for 2 consecutive episodes. So, sorry.
Yikes. Sad.
Anyway,
Anyway, what, Jack?
I don't know. I assume something else. One of you guys had something, but I got stuff I can go to if you want.
I
Well, I'm
have
waiting
something
for
to share.
your big
I can-
plans.
I got big stuff, bud. If you guys got any little stuff you'd like to
I
get out of the way
completely forgot
first.
about this. I thought this was a fun experience.
Okay.
Last week, I happened to be hanging out with some friends, and I learned something about one of my friends, which apparently he's been doing for like over a year, and I just never knew about it. But he said on Tuesday, like nighttime, or I guess technically it's Wednesday morning, but like Tuesday night at 1 a.m., he had a radio show on the school radio broadcasting channel. Like he would go into the radio studio on campus and like play some music and like chat between tracks. And he asked if I wanted to come on with him, and so that was absolute blast, ton of fun.
That is really
And-
cool, and I would kill to have a radio show. But
That
fun
was so much
fact,
fun.
they are incredibly expensive to set up. So colleges that don't just have a lot of money laying around will not just let you
Yeah,
do
I
that.
believe it.
But big colleges like the one Ethan goes to, they have the money for it.
Yeah, Peru.
Also, nobody has radios anymore. So
I mean,
I
yeah,
have a
I
radio.
think you can just go. You can go to the to like a website and listen in as well.
I have a
obviously,
radio,
like-
Jack.
well, we like us, for example. We are basically a radio show, but modernized, where we use YouTube and Spotify and the internet. You know, we don't have to use airwaves and shit.
What about
FM,
like?
AM.
What about SoundHound
What is that even?
What I don't know what that is.
or Radio Pup? The apps on the phone.
What?
I listen to the radio as the residential old man of our friend group.
You are actually.
I know.
Perhaps.
That's-
I mean, though, I like. I'm not saying like I don't have a radio. I do, but literally, I've had it for 15 years, and it only runs the Kids Bop Christmas album that I have in the little CD case next to it. The actual
Okay.
radio doesn't even work anymore.
You don't get any radio waves?
No, they just avoid my house.
Not at school, but like I have a radio at home. It's just like a radio clock, but I don't have it at school.
I have
So
a little
to
like
listen. I mean, I can listen to the radio in my car. But
yeah. Well, I have a
Yeah,
little.
my
like,
car doesn't
pocket
have
transistor.
Bluetooth, so I have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no. I like listening to the radio.
Yeah,
Me
I have a
too,
little
me too.
pocket transistor radio that I'll just like when I'm sitting out on like the lawn. If it's a nice day, I'll just put it out and listen to it.
That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah,
True.
you're kind of sick,
True.
Ethan.
I know. I have crippling disease.
Tell us
Oh,
about
I got some. Oh, yeah, disease first, actually. Yeah.
It's actually called genius syndrome. It's really debilitating. I'm just so smart. But continue, Jack.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one before, actually.
it.
But
I'm so
I
hot
know,
and sexy.
you wouldn't have.
I'm so hot. I'm so hot and sexy, and everybody wants to be me.
That's just called delusional.
hmm Tell us about what you're going on to, Jack.
well, I was gonna ask Ethan if he's ever seen the clown that hides from gay people, but anyway, yeah. So I figured we, with that commenter that replied to our, thing last week, the name is eerily similar to ours, so I think it would be a good time if we haven't already to explain the origin of the name.
I
If you guys
literally
even
don't
know
know.
what that is.
Yeah,
Do we
Jack,
not know?
I could
I
not
know-
tell you the name of it. I think
I
I
was
just
actually
typed.
talking to my roommate about this the other day. Just no, because Akash made the name. Our
Yeah,
friend
I
Akash
think we
made
just
the name,
typed it
and
into the name of
has
the group
stuck.
chat once, and it just stuck.
Nobody ever changed it.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
it was
we,
Chris
like-
that came up with it.
No, it
No.
was
No, it was
Akash.
Akash.
And then I came up with the Instagram group chat.
Gotcha.
The meme stream.
Cool. All right. Well, that's pretty simple.
So, well, what do you think?
We did rip off
what
that
do
other
you-
guy.
What do you think the origin of it was?
Oh, the true origin? You mean the thing that we're not telling the audience? Let's see. Maybe we're all alcoholics and do not believe in God.
Dang.
Okay.
That would be crazy.
I mean
That would be
that's
whack
the
and
self-explanatory thing that most people would assume, but I don't think that's true for any of us, really. At least not both at once. Only on the weekends. Anyway,
crazy.
would you guys like to look into? I'll give you an option. We can look at the most expensive items in various categories. I think we did this last time
We've
Ethan
done
was
that
here.
before.
Yes,
Or we could also push some more buttons like we did last week, Brock.
what do you mean push buttons?
Basically, there's a website called Would You
Oh,
Press the Button, where
yeah,
it gives
I've
you
tried
two
that
random.
before. I'd be
You wanna
willing
do
to
that?
Sure.
What'd you say?
I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah, Brock, what do you
I
think?
feel like that could bring up some good hypotheticals that we
I
could
Yeah, I
can
love
do that.
hypotheticals. All right,
Or
let's go.
we could always do
Or-
a classic
Ooh.
guessing game. between
Oh,
the two
no.
of you.
Actually,
we're not doing
Before we
that.
get into the hypotheticals, this was going around on the internet, and I was talking about it with my friends. And literally, you're delusional if you think opposite to what I think. But do you think there are more doors or wheels?
Oh
on
my
planet
God.
Earth?
Why did you have to bring this up 40 minutes into the podcast?
Jeez,
Oh
man.
my god.
I'm gonna
You
give it
destroyed
a 2-minute time limit. I think there are more wheels. There's
Yeah,
literally no
I
way
mean,
you can
it's
change my
there's obviously more wheels.
What?
What,
Yeah.
how did I know?
Yeah.
How did
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
that? Okay, I was gonna say, how did I know that Jack was gonna go against the grain on this one?
For sure, I definitely agree with you guys on your opinion that you have.
Okay, great.
That's-
Let's move on.
Okay.
Gosh, you're such a jerk.
You're just wrong, but let's move on.
All right. So first one, will you press the button? You are the first person to land on Mars, but you can't return, and life support and food only lasts 100 days.
So why would I want to do that?
No.
What?
Why
No.
would I do that? Who cares?
You would go down in history as the first person to land on Mars. That's
Yeah,
pretty
but
much
you-
die.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
then
even
you'd be
doing anything
dead.
on Mars. I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything on Mars. I have 100
Plus-
days. I can accomplish nothing of value.
You
My life is
you wouldn't
worthless.
Alright.
you wouldn't even know your fame because you can't go back. You would just be alone
Okay.
on the red planet.
Counterpoint. Name one other thing you're going to do in your useless lives that will write you down in the history book, okay? I don't think
No.
so. What are you going to do?
Okay, fine, but I don't need to go down in the history book as long as my
Yes.
life has meaning to me. If
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
just
need
gonna
to-
go to Mars and die, there's no
Yeah,
point.
right.
It doesn't
I
have to
do-
have meaning to you. Your meaning means nothing once you die. You're gone. Poof. Nobody cares. You're gone. Bye-bye. Your life is
Jack,
meaningless.
That's a pessimistic worldview.
Jack, the answer is absolutely not. I think it, like any
What?
normal
No
person.
way.
I would press this button.
Why?
Because he wants to go down in the history books, evidently.
Yeah, bro. There's some pretty crazy stuff that gets written down in the history books when you're the first person to do something like that. Like Neil Armstrong, right? Fucking that's
I
cool.
feel like that would be a whole different thing though, because in
He
1969,
accomplished something.
let
with
me
science.
explain it to you in this sense. In 1969, the idea of even leaving the Earth's atmosphere was mind-blowing. But the fact that we landed 2 men on the moon, this celestial body that we as humans have been
We all
seeing
see-
every night for the
Oh
past
my God.
billion years, I feel like now you're
We've
gonna
already
see.
sent robots to Mars.
Yeah.
Who cares if
I was gonna say-
Jack goes there?
What?
I
You guys
feel
are
like
not seriously trying to undercut the fucking monumental achievement that it would be if we landed a human on Mars. Are you seriously going?
I'm saying
No,
I'm saying this.
Listen.
I'm saying this. I feel like if I heard news right now that a man has landed or woman has touched their foot to the floor of Mars, the dirt, the red soil of the planet Mars, I'd be like, "Hey, that's pretty cool," and then just carry on with my day. It wouldn't
No
be
fucking
like
way. No shot.
it
You'd be
would
watching
not.
that
Listen.
rocket like live on your TV and be like,
Yes,
Yeah.
holy
no.
shit.
No, Jack, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I would watch it, but it will not have the same social effect as
Yeah.
landing on the moon.
Okay, I'm not saying it's better than landing on the moon, but it's certainly like the second greatest thing that it certainly would be
Humanity
the
has
coolest thing I would
accomplished.
ever see in my lifetime, probably. Like nothing else as cool as that would probably
I've seen a
happen.
lot of cool things in my lifetime. I watched a building burn down once. That was pretty sweet.
That does sound
Okay.
that sounds sick.
That
Where?
might be incriminating, but good thing this podcast doesn't hold up in court, as we mentioned earlier. Anyway,
That's pretty cool. I have a, I
by
have
the
a
way,
similar.
um,
Continue.
yeah, what were you saying?
Continue.
Okay, well, I pressed the button. It says 20% of people pressed the button, 80% did not. So I guess you guys are in the majority.
Yeah.
What a surprise, because it's a stupid
I have a
one.
similar question to that me and some of my friends were discussing once.
Propose it.
It might have actually been from the same website, but it was like an alien comes to you and offers to show you around the entire universe. Like there are other civilizations, they'll take you around, but you come back to Earth, but you lose 15 years of your life. It's
That's
1
it?
week for you, but you lose 15 years of your life.
Yes. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, 15
It's not-
years
it's-
is like a long time,
It's not-
but I mean,
It's not like you lose
you're-
15 years. It's you come back and
Right.
it's been 15 years.
Right. No, yeah, I totally do it. Because it's
Yeah,
like,
That's
it's not like I'm going to Mars with only 100 days left to live, like some Maron, but I mean, yeah, I do that. I just have to
Like-
really explain it to everybody I know and just be like, listen, you're not going to see me for a while.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, can you just think of like how many questions like that humans cannot answer about the universe that would be answered probably by going on that 15-year trip? Like,
It's 1 week for
or
you.
it's only 1 week for you. Can you imagine learning like not like all the secrets of the universe in 1 week? That's pretty
That
much
would be
what would happen.
insane. Yeah,
That's
I would do
ridiculous.
it in a
Of course, I
heartbeat.
would do that.
That
Yeah.
would be
Okay.
amazing.
But I would
Easy.
not land on the planet Mars with only 100 days to live. That's pretty stupid.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see when you have a stupid opinion. I'll make sure to call you out on it.
Try
All
me.
right. You ready for the next button?
I was born ready, Jack.
All right. You would be rich and be able to order anything you could realistically order to your home, but you can never leave your home.
No way. No way.
Can I
you
order?
would do
Can
it.
I order a wife?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Going,
Okay. No. Wait, this could work out because I could constantly. You're completely rich, right? Like a basically unlimited supply of cash.
Jeff Bezos.
I could. Okay, no, I'm gonna do this because listen to this idea, right? If I need friends, I'm ordering like pizza from like 10 different places, and I'm gonna have a pizza party with the pizza guys. I'm gonna order a mail order bride from some Asian country, and I'm gonna order lumber from Home Depot and build extensions onto my house so that my house gets infinitely big, and I'm constantly just wandering around the halls of my room. So yeah, I'm doing this.
No way.
I'm
I
doing
like
it.
going outside, so no
Well,
way.
you can go. You can. I assume you can go outside, but as long as you stay on your property, right?
Right.
Like your backyard
well,
is still.
here's where my mind's at, right? If you have infinite amounts of money, you're the richest person in the world, right? Couldn't you just buy all of the land so your house is like the entirety
See,
of
that's
like,
exactly what I
wherever
thought,
you
but then
wanna
I
be?
was like, that's exactly what I thought, and then I was like, well, it says you can order anything.
It
so
says
I
you can
kind
only
of,
order items,
Yeah.
not like land.
yeah.
True,
So I kind of,
true.
but I think I would do it based on the fact that if I had that amount of money, I could constantly just build onto my house and just make my house infinitely big as
That's-
much as
It's
land.
true, but I feel like even then it would get really boring. Like, you know how so many rich people have like tons of rooms in their house and they don't even like know what half of them are. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's it would just be like, yeah, you'd like the new room that
Yeah,
you added
but
on
like
for like a week.
that's because
and then
they
you get
also have
bored.
lives outside their house. They have to leave their house and go to work. If I'm living in my house 24/7 and I'm constantly on my property no matter what, I would explore every part of those rooms. I would make it like the Clue mansion with like secret trapdoors and like passageways and stuff like that, and then invite and then call in 10 different pizza guys and have them try to figure out who murdered me, and it would just be like Clue. That's what I would do.
Huh.
That's my
kinda-
answer.
That's interesting. Well, yeah, that's a good point actually. Like, since you can never leave your home, like, what would happen if like you murdered somebody? Like, they can't arrest you. They can put you under house arrest, but that doesn't matter because you're in your house, right?
Well, how
No,
would you
they're
murder
not
somebody?
legally allowed to kill you inside of your house, right?
I feel like with an infinite
You're
amount
not
of money,
allowed to legally
basically.
kill someone anywhere.
Yeah, right. I feel like with an infinite amount of money and like a long enough amount of time, I could make myself at home, living in my home 24/7.
I don't think I could.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be with Ethan on this one. I'd want to leave, so I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna
He
press
wants
that.
to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, 58% of people actually did press it. So Brock is in the
See?
majority here.
See? Big brain.
Barely.
So that's surprising. I'm surprised that many people would give up the entire world pretty much to just live in their house, no matter how big it is.
Big
But
brain, bro.
Yeah, that's nuts.
all right, next one. Real wings will grow out of your shoulders where you can fly with. The further you get, the ultra. Wait. Oh, okay. No, let me reread this. All right, real wings will grow out of your shoulders where you can fly with them. Furthermore, you get the ultrasound ability, so you can see in the dark like bats do. That's not what that is. It's echolocation. I don't
That's
know who wrote this
echolocation.
question.
Yeah.
So you get echolocation and you can fly, but you are searched by governments for human experimenting. If you get captured, it is uncertain you will live happily and long.
No, I don't think I would do this.
I don't think I want to
This
live
is
my
kind of
life
weird.
as
I
a
don't really want to
human.
be a mutant and then hunted
Yeah,
by
I
the
don't want to
government.
live every day of my life.
I don't want to be a.
wings
I don't want to be
spread
a,
out my
a
back.
man bat that is
Yeah,
being
right.
hunted.
Yeah, okay, this is gonna be an easy no for me. What the fuck? 51% of people said yes.
Dang.
I'm surprised about that.
That's almost half and half.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be like a 80% no. Like that's what I would have guessed anyway. But
You're
Oh.
at 80% no.
hey, that's not nice.
A's for horses, Jack.
And
The
plums
ruffles
are
of ridges.
for people. Anyway, have the power to create and control your own dimensions and universes, but 3 random people control time, space, and matter to balance you out. Wait, isn't that everything you could possibly control?
Yeah,
though?
that's an impossible question.
So you don't. Okay,
This
no,
is dumb.
no. Next one. Yeah, that was 66% of people said yes because they're stupid.
Bad question.
God, if you give like 100 people in a room the chance to say something correct, like they will disappoint you the majority of the time. Just like polling
you seen the-
the average person is like way stupider than you would
Have
probably.
you seen the video of Billy Eichner in like the Billy on the Street show? He's like, name a
Oh,
woman.
yeah.
He goes up to a woman.
Name a
He's
woman.
Like, he's yelling at her,
can't.
name a woman. And she can't. She can't name a woman. She's a woman. Any woman. She can't name them.
For
Just
$1,
because,
miss, name a
people are-
woman.
People, yeah. Just
I can't.
Insane.
That's why I love like any like reality TV show that just involves going up to random people on the street because they're way funnier than 90% of like people who actually try to be funny on television. Like it's just so funny. Oh wow, here we go. Pokemon is in real life, including all logic, technology, and Pokemon, but all animals in real life will be gone forever.
See, I don't think I would do this because I don't trust that my city won't be attacked by a Mewtwo.
Yeah, there are some like crazy ass Pokemon that could easily destroy the entire
I've seen
planet.
this post. It's like reading 2 Pokédex entries from like Hatterene, which is one of the newer ones, and like Blissey, and they like contradict each other because it's like both of them. It's like, oh, they react to strong emotions. So there was a post. It was like, yeah, if you like start crying in the Pokemon world, you have a 50-50 shot of getting your spine broken or receiving an egg.
See, I don't know. I don't know enough about the new Pokemon stuff. I stopped after the very basic stuff in the early 2000s and 90s.
Well, every single one of them, like all the games, always have like a basically world-ending like boss
Disaster,
Pokemon that can
catastrophe.
easily like one of them controls like the like space, and one of them controls time, one of them controls like darkness. It's like okay, well then we're fucked. We were actually fucked. That would be the apocalypse. So
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
hit no.
The only
There
one
you
that
go.
doesn't control anything is just Ho-Oh and Lugia. They're just like basically just birds. Or
Big
the
birds.
legendary birds are just birds. Yeah, but then you have like the 2 legendaries from like Ruby and Sapphire. Just one can make the entire world land, and the other one will wipe land off the earth and make it
Yep.
all ocean. It's like
Yep.
You have that and like a puppy, a bird,
Yeah.
a nice rotund guy who will give you an egg.
A big chubby feller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or unfortunately, Mr. Mime, who is essentially just a man.
That would be so weird. Like, would they have rights? Like,
Yeah, there's no way
I feel like
Mr.
Mr.
Mime doesn't
Mime
have
would.
like intelligence. Yeah. What about Machoke and Machamp?
I mean, would you
though?
give
They're
a
just
monkey? You don't give a monkey rights? Like,
think
mean,
about
they're
like
pretty
Machoke
smart.
and Machamp. They're just bodybuilders.
yeah, that's weird.
That's it.
That's really
Yeah,
weird.
sure. They don't look exactly. They look almost human, except for like their like dinosaur face.
I
It's
feel
just
like,
Yeah.
basically a lizard man.
but I feel like how great would it be if you just like lost your keys and your keys were just Klefki and Klefki just appeared.
They just
to
came
you?
back to you.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, there's some upsides, but I don't want to lose all animals from real life because those are
Also,
probably cooler.
I'll tell you what, I would kill somebody over a Magikarp because I love Magikarp so much. Just a stupid
just
little
like-
fish.
oh,
Wait,
fish.
Like,
Can you eat Pokemon though? Because animals are food in real life.
yeah, what do you
Are
think
they
a
food?
They do-
Magikarp
they
would
do.
taste like?
They do eat Pokemon. A carp. They would literally taste like a rockfish. That's what it's.
I just love that Magikarp is this stupid little fish that just flops around everywhere. I love Magikarp and I would die for Magikarp.
It doesn't do anything.
I know, but I would die for Magikarp. And Wabasaur.
He splashes around in your heart.
Yeah, exactly. Give us
All
the
right,
next one, Jack.
Next question. Live in your favorite magical fantasy anime cartoon world, but you will live there as a normal human without any powers or unusual traits.
Fuck no.
Yes, I would do that because fucking Kiki's delivery service looks like the most beautiful world in the
Okay.
world.
Yeah. No. You right. Actually. You right
And,
for
like,
that one.
And like only one in every few thousand people are witches, so it just makes sense anyway.
that
I can
anime?
give you that. It's
Yeah.
any Studio Ghibli movie, just the world looks optimal. Like that's a world I want to live in.
That's true.
So yes,
so
I would.
yes?
Since my
Sure.
favorite anime in the world is Kiki's delivery service, I would say yes.
I don't know where I would go if I pressed it, like, because I feel
I
like
thought
the
about it.
appeal for me is like you would want to do like Ben 10. Oh, I want the Omnitrix, but like you wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
get all that cool shit. So like I feel
You
like
just
See,
be
I thought
thugged
about
out.
it. I thought about it in a sense of like, I think my second favorite anime. Not to sound like the most lame anime watcher. I don't even watch anime that much. I only like the Studio Ghibli and like one or two other animes. But
you've already scared off all of our viewers by the
yeah,
way.
I know.
You said
I
the A
like
word.
Attack on Titan, but I one wouldn't ever want to live there, and two, I guess if I lived there as a normal person, I could join up and try
The
to fight
army.
Titans. Yeah, but that would be terrible. So I'm gonna say I would live in not Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Delivery
No
Service.
stop, no doubt for show.
Ethan, what did you say?
Yeah. I guess I'd click it. I don't know where I'd go, but
All right.
whatever.
56% of people agreed they would live somewhere in the fantasy anime cartoon world. The next one, you gain the ability to heal anyone on the earth of anything, including death, but
Oh.
you become religious. Uh-oh. This is a political question because it has a parenthesis after that and it says, i.e., an ignorant dumbass. So this person's
Oh
an
my
idiot.
Let's skip this question.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
like
not
when this
get
person's gonna
political.
take us.
Cancellation.
Let's see. Next question. Okay, this is a big one. All right. World hunger, wars, racism, sexism, transphobia, homophobia, and all prejudice are eradicated, but you die.
See, I don't have to deal with any of that, so why would I care?
No, bro.
That is
No. You're racist. You're sexist. You're transphobic. You're homophobic. You're entirely prejudiced now. You've
No, I
doomed the
never.
podcast.
Well, Jack,
I
what's
feel
your
like,
answer?
I feel like everyone has to hit that button.
You have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Or
I
like,
guess
you know what's
so,
funny? If you have three people in a room and you're like, oh, well, someone's got to press it. You know, you got less to lose. You should probably press it. You know,
Yeah,
I know who would press it.
Yeah,
But so
Okay.
yeah, I'll press it. I'll press it.
yeah, I would press
Sure.
it.
Okay. You have a 50% chance of gaining a wallet that will provide any bill at any time. These bills are real money and the wallet never runs out of them. But You also have a 50% chance of instantly being teleported to any of the planets in our solar system, including Earth.
That's
So
such
wait,
a
every time I
bad
use the
deal.
wallet, I either get money or get teleported somewhere.
Yes.
That's such a bad deal.
Will I
No,
survive on the
no.
other planets?
Wait. Okay, so what I'm thinking, right, like, is if you had the wallet and you pulled out money, you either get money or you get teleported to some other planet where you can no longer breathe. So if you hold your breath before you take the money out, you can just keep pulling the bills out, and
Until
then
you
you
get
could
back to
just get
Earth.
back to Earth. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
So if you get fucked with RNG, you might just not make it in time. But I think
Yeah.
if you're fast enough, you'd be good.
Yeah, but
It's a
like, what if you're
one in
like,
8 shot, I guess.
okay, what if you're on like a hot date, right? And
And you go to
and you go
pay,
to
and
pay the
suddenly
bill.
you're scorched to
And-
death on Venus.
Yeah, and then you go to, you're like, oh man, I gotta get back, and then you keep trying to pull money out of your pocket, then you're on Pluto and Jupiter, and then eventually you get $1 out of your pocket, but you're teleported to some random place on Earth.
And now your girl's
Oh.
like, dang.
Yeah, maybe.
So I would not do this one.
Yeah, I guess if
Yeah,
you're
I guess
not
I'd have to
teleported back to
pass.
the same place, it would be pretty inconvenient. But what would be cool is if like you plan ahead, so like you take like a camera with you, like as you're opening your wallet, you could take
Yeah,
some
it's like
like
I want
cool
to go
ass
see
space
some cool
photos,
stuff. Yeah.
or just wear a fishbowl on your head, you know. Anyway, so yeah, I guess what are we saying? No, yeah,
I'm saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a 50-50 split right there. Interesting.
Wow. They don't think about it as deep as we do. Jack, give us one more. Let's cut this baby off.
All right, one more. Let's hope
Give
it's
us
a
a
good
good
one.
one.
All of your positive attributes and/or personality traits are made twice as prominent, but all of your negative attributes and/or personality traits are made 3 times as prominent.
Here's the thing. I am the
That's
perfect human
subjective.
specimen, so this can only work in my favor.
Ah, I see, because you're flawless, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I actually have to say no because there's like psychological studies that people know, or maybe it's not about attributes, but negative events stick more prominently in your mind than positive ones do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm also
this
going to say no to this
this
one.
this weight shift will only negatively affect you.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say
isn't this how Captain America was like born? Like if the serum like amplifies his like everything that's like in him, right? Isn't that
sure.
isn't that like the whole thing?
I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
like and then like because they gave it to some guy who was like evil, like he's like I don't know. That's what I thought it was anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't press this because I would say that I would say like in the average person, like you have equal amounts of good and bad traits. So just having more bad traits than good, doing the math would probably not be great.
Hmm.
Let's see. Oh wow, yeah, 82% of people didn't press that.
Yeah, I would
So
not
I
do
guess
that.
it's a fair opinion. But yeah, all right. Well, we'll stop the button pressing for now. Any final thoughts before you wrap it up for today?
I'm hungry.
Me
Hungry?
too.
Yeah, I'm hungry. That's my
I'm
thought.
hungry. I'm dead.
Well,
What do you
we
gonna
hope to
eat?
see. We hope for all of you
Okay.
to join us again next week and listen in to this lovely podcast where we ramble on about absolutely nothing of major importance ever. And yeah, I'm glad that you joined us. Thanks again for Ethan finally getting back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're getting back into the rhythm of things. I like it. We're moving.
yeah, getting into the groove, as Madonna once said. So thank you very, very much.
shock I
And
would love to see.
yeah, we hope to see you again next week. Jack, give us the countdown.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Bye.